I had the most exciting time yesterday. Positively, nothing so exciting has ever happened since Bill and I've been married, and that's been over a year ago. Well, I went to a baseball game. You know, Bill's just crazy about baseball games, but I never was very enthusiastic about those outdoor sports. I remember once when we were going together, he sent me a special delivery invitation asking me to meet him, and we'd go see the Tigers play the Cubs. Well, I didn't meet him. He never showed up, and I waited all afternoon at the zoo. Yesterday afternoon, he asked me to go see the White Sox game. Well, I was so excited and thrilled of the game occasion that I wore my half socks, the white, beautiful half socks. We got a seat right by Miss Pillington Bird, and she had on one of the prettiest little white summer hats. Well, I just couldn't keep my eyes off it. And Bill kept watching one of the players that had a new chest pad. And he asked me if I could see him, and I said, yes. Oh, but isn't that hat beautiful? Well, sometimes the picture gets hit over the belt, and that's why he wears it. And I said, oh, I was thinking of getting one myself, referring, of course, to the hat and not the player. Wasn't that absurd? There was a little noise in the audience, and I said, well, what did you do then? He said, Durkin caught a fly. Well, the idea of catching a poor little fly, it must have annoyed him about buzzing around his face. Bill says, oh, there, that's wonderful, and they're screaming and hollering, and the men shouting, and I said, well, what did they do then? He said, struck a foul. Can you imagine of striking a poor little bird with a baseball bat? And every man in that audience seemed to enjoy it. Bill said that some of his friends in the grandstand had given him the high sign. I asked him what he meant by the high sign. He says, oh, they got a high ball. And he asked if he might be excused and go up. And I said, well, can I go up with you? And he said, no, I don't think it's wise. He said, some of my friends don't like ladies. Well, I sat there trying to enjoy the crowd, and I looked at them, and I said, well, you're excused. Go up and get your high ball. I noticed they was tossing the ball awful high. Anyway, it started to be a noise. It was so noisy, and pretty soon they hit a ball and it come right into the grandstand. Why, I was never so frightened in all my life. Men were throwing their hats in the air. They were screaming and hollering. And I looked up at Bill. Where's Bill? And there he was at the top of the stairs hollered, come home, you fool, come home. Well, never in all our acquaintance had he ever talked to me that way. I was so embarrassed I could have died. of the men then started saying, "Come home, you fool, come home." And there was a hollering around, and so I got ready and I started down the aisle. All of a sudden my feet took from under me and I landed in the aisle. And all the men hollered, "Slide! Slide! Slide!" I'll tell you, I did slide. I slid right down that aisle and I bumped into a post. Well, Bill rushed to my assistance. I said, "Oh, what are they hollering at me for?" He said, "The White Sox, the White Sox, they got a run in." Well, I got up before that crowd like Joan of Arc of the Line of Dead. And I said, "I don't care if I do have a runner in them. I got another pair underneath." And Daddy led me home.